Hello everybody and welcome to Gates of Hell Osfront. So I've been watching other YouTubers play this recently and I have had a hankering to get back into it again. So I thought I would put it onto the channel. So let's get into it. So let's go single player. So the great thing about this game is that it has its own little conquest campaign. And we'll do create new conquest and we'll do USA. We'll just call this YouTube. Whoops, if I can spell. And we'll do USA versus Germany, and we'll leave everything on normal and medium for now. For anyone who hasn't played this game before, it's like Men at War, I believe it is, where you can have you have units like this, but you can control, or you can select like the individual man. I can't remember in that if you can control them, like you can control these guys in third person, so then it becomes an RTS to a third person shooter, but it's mainly RTS, but yeah, that's kind of what you can do with these guys. They've all got different weapons and stuff like that. And there's so many units to choose from. So what we're going to do is hit our research tree, because that's our research, that's our support, and that's like what we can spend on to buy units. This is where all our units are. This here is how much is like our ammo or supply. So we have to, after every battle, even if one of these guys only fired one round, we still have to supply that. Well, we should supply that one round back just in case they need it, and that costs obviously ammo here. Next to it is our cap, so we can only have 550 worth of units, I suppose. Each unit has a cost, or like not a cost. Well, they do have a cost here, but they have like a. I don't know what you would call that, but they have this 12 kind of helmet thing, and that's how much they take up in terms of space, I guess. And then this is on the right hand side is where you place your units to deploy, and you have so many different deploy points, but we'll go through that in a minute. So let's hit research tree, and we'll get Corner Stage 2 because that is free, so we'll do that straight off the bat. And I don't think I'm going to go for small defense. What I think I'm going to do is, this is the infantry part of the tree, which is massive. This is like supply, this is engineers, so this is your heavy machine guns, mortars, half tracks, and then you can get your anti-aircraft guns, so quad mounts, 40mm and then 90mm, which I think we're going to get these at some point. Maybe the quad mount on here, I don't know, but then we have to go down this tree as well, because they have to connect, as you can see from some of these. So you've got this little line here, which means we have to get this one and to be able to get by this one. 80 guns on artillery. Top one, I believe, is just kind of for 80 guns, and then we have vehicles with the 75mm on, and then this one is more just your artillery tree. Then kind of, I guess, light vehicles. I wouldn't really know what to class these. Okay, yeah, well, they're not really light vehicles, are they, actually? More like scout vehicles, I'd probably say, with the Greyhound. I don't really like the Greyhound. I don't think it's very good. It's okay early on, but it's not that great, and you can't really get it, like the actual Greyhound variant, off the bat. So I don't think it's worth it, in my opinion. I think it'd be better if you could get it earlier to help with the early light vehicles, but maybe that's just me. But what we are going to go for is the Stuart tree. And then we're going to go for a Chaffee. So I usually, when I've played this before, I go Stuart, and then I ignore everything else, and I just go M3 Lee, and I just hound the tank tree, because the tanks are really good. I love the tanks in this game. I love watching them explode. I love watching them fire. I love controlling them and firing them. It's great fun. But I want to change it up. So we're going to go for M3 Stuart, sorry, and we're going to go straight for the late version, which means we spend all of our points, but we do get a Stuart right off the bat, and the Stuart's really good. I really like the Stuart early game, even into kind of early to middle the campaign. I still think it's pretty good. So yeah, and I've never completed this tree, and I want to try the 75mm HMC M8, and I want to try the M24 Chaffee as well. So we're going to get ourselves 45 Divisional Rifle Squad. We'll get one of them. We could get an officer, but there's only one guy, and I tend not to get him because I just don't see the point. He's great because he has binoculars, but I'd rather spend it on a Stuart. So that's what we're going to do next. Did we get a medic, actually? Where is the Stuart? There we go. Let's get one. Do we get two Stuarts? Ooh, I don't think we do get two Stuarts. That might be overkill. We'll get the medics. We'll get a tank crew. I don't think I can afford a second Stuart in that, can I? No, I can't. That's fine. And should we get the 37mm? Or do we just ignore that and just go for another... think we might just go for another infantry squad. This Stuart should be able to handle anything else really. And I think I'm going to ignore this ammo crate. Yeah, we'll ignore that. We'll save the rest of our points. I can dump all these into here, and this means that I can then deploy them on the battlefield. With this kind of unit bit here, the helmets, that appears in the top right. So in each of these kind of deployments tabs, I can only have so much worth of units, basically. And then this star is our support tree, so artillery, recon, etc., which we haven't got any yet, but we'll look again some further down the line. Okay, cool. I think we're pretty much there. With this tree, is what I like about this bit down at the bottom here, where you can see the units. If I click on this tank, one, I can change like what skin it is. It will change it depending on the location on the map that you've chosen. So it will do all that for you, so you don't necessarily have to worry about that. But it tells you like good stats, so max range, fuel consumption, because this does have fuel. All vehicles have fuel in them, and if they run out, then they won't go anywhere. I've never been in the position where I've had to run out of fuel, where I've run out of fuel, sorry, so I don't tend not to worry about that. It tells you the hull, turret armor, how many crew, so it's 5 crew. 4, you get 4 as standard. The 5th one uses this machine gun here, which is the anti-aircraft gun. And then the rest are like guys who can just hop on the side, basically. You can use it as a transport. And then it tells you the main gun and the at what range. Sorry, and then this is the range and then the penetration at that range as well. Because it's a 37mm gun, you got to get a bit closer with it. But this thing is littered with machine guns. This is one reason why I love it, because it's really good for taking out infantry early on. You've got machine gun here, coax. You've got machine gun here. You've got machine gun here. You got 3 forward facing machine guns, and then you've got the coax. You've then obviously, like I said, and then you've got this anti-aircraft gun here too. So, well, this is what it's classed as anyway. It's called the anti-aircraft gun. And I always like putting an infantryman. I usually do tank crew because that gives them some XP, and put them on the back, and it keeps one of these guys in the squad, so I don't have to take them away from it. So let's see. So this is our campaign map. So you attack and then you defend, and that's just how it goes throughout the entirety of the campaign. When you're attacking, you get the choice of where to attack, and you just have to go along these little points. These blue circles are like places where you can attack, basically. So the stars mean the difficulty, and then obviously it says the season there. We know what the enemy is. It's always going to be the Germans. Right now I'm just debating, do we need more early on? We don't really need ammo. Probably just need points. Like supply points or credits, I suppose. I don't really know what to call them. So we'll do this one, because it's just a one. Oh no, actually. Should we do 2 risk? Let's start off with 1 risk. Let's go easy. Let's get ourselves some more ammo. And when we click on, so as you can see, battle location, Seymour's River, we can click on it and it kind of gives us like a little picture of it, of the area, which I think is pretty cool. So let's save that and let's start this battle. Okay, and we are in. So fog war is on, so this is why we can't see anything on the map really. And we need to capture these 2 points. This is going to suck for our Stuart because of all the trees. And there's a little bit of open ground on the right. Oh god, it's also hilly too. Okay, this is going to be a pain. There are units to call in. There are only units to call in, so we have no trouble doing that. So let's get these guys up. We'll get this guy on the gun, and we'll set these to return fire only. And here are our 2 infantry squads and our medics. So let's move the armor up. We're going to put shift 1. Well, control groups, but yeah, in order to put on the control groups, you have to press shift. Now, it's been a while since I last properly played this. I did start a conquest game just to kind of get around some of the controls and some things that have changed. They've added automatic medics in, so around this circle, they will heal and revive your units, whereas before they didn't do that. You had to tell them to go and get soldiers that were down, which was kind of a pain. So you would lose a lot of men. And these guys gain experience. So the more fights that they do, and the more kills they get and everything like that, the more experience they gain, so then they get more health, more accuracy and stuff like that. So it's important to keep you guys alive. And as well with these, you can set an area to auto-revive around, which is very good for defense, which means you can place these guys in the back, tell them to go to, tell them to set an area to where you want them to revive, and they'll just go and do it when you won't even have to worry about it.
Will do, sir. Ready to go, sir.
Oh, we have contact.
Yes, sir.
Move into the center of the river. What do we got? Guy with an MP40. I do like how much you can zoom in on this and all the angles you can get.
Miss.
How do I go cinematic? Shift Control Alt D. So Shift Control Alt D. Yeah, look at that. We got a nice little view of our guys crossing the river. God, that's a pain to try and do cinematic with Shift Control Alt D. But this game does look, it's a nice looking game. I really love the detail, the armor and everything like that. The characters, the weapons they use, everything just looks very well thought out, very detailed. So these guys are engaging. We want them to run to cover before they engage, because otherwise they're just going to get killed out in the open. Do we have... Ooh, AT rifle, not good. That will probably go through us. So we can control our tank here. I pressed E. But I think there's some stuff in the way blocking our shot. Yeah, the ground. Let's move up. Any armor? Oh, we got ourselves a light vehicle. Right, we'll engage that with our Stuart. So you see that green? That means we'll penetrate. And I'd be surprised if we weren't able to penetrate this thing. So we killed... There we go. We got him. Head down. Right, keep engaging this. Where is our secondary infantry squad? Let's bring them on the flank on the right. Let's hope they don't get killed by an MG. Now these guys do have smoke and they have got grenades. You've taken some damage on your left track. So tanks do have... oh, hello. Kill him before he gets close and chucks a grenade at you or something. Spread you guys out a little bit. Yeah, as I was saying, tanks or vehicles, they do have like subsystems. They have engines, as you can kind of see from the outline here. So if the engine does get knocked out on this, it won't move and you'll have to repair it. Track gets knocked out, same thing. Ooh, we have lots of guys here. I'm going to move you up this way. And you can help with the flank. Whereas these guys can try and just start picking them up from here. If you can get all three of your guns on, all three of your front-facing machine guns on, you'll do great here. I would like to move it closer, but these guys probably do have anti-tank grenades, and we know that there's an AT rifle here. Okay, we've got another light vehicle. Can you see that? Can. Even if the tree in the way. Cool, got it, first shot. Keep lighting up this infantry. Let's move you a bit closer. Might have a bit of a better shot here. Right, let's move our infantry up. How far can we get these up, do we think? Move them into these woods. And then let's bring our guys in the rear up. Keep them close. These guys do say enemy armor sometimes, even though when there's no enemy armor around. So I'm kind of... I shit myself when they say that a little bit. Now, there's no time limit on the attack on any of these missions. There is a timer at the top just to say how long you've been fighting for. I've never really... Oh, wrong one. I don't think it really affects anything in terms of the campaign. Oh, you're fixing that, actually. They fixed that. Turn, turn, turn. Or he's trying to, anyway. We've got HE loaded, but that still should... Can we not see that from here? Yeah, I'm sure I just saw him get in that. Right, move up. Yeah, there he is. Ooh, that's going to be a problem for our infantry. Smoke yourself off. Sometimes they take a bit of time to open fire, which is why I just like controlling them myself. Also, as well, controlling them is a lot of fun, so. Heal you guys. The infantry do have their own medkits on them, so they can heal, which is good. Move you guys up. And we'll move you guys up as well. We'll get the Stuart in. And we'll get these guys up. So we can repair. And we can... Ooh, taking some losses. Fall back. Where are medics?
Awaiting orders, sir.
Does anyone have smoke? Yeah, pop it off. These medics will go around and they will start reviving. Don't need both of you working on him. Move you forward. These guys lost a lot of men. There's one dude who I didn't see with an MP40 and he just slaughtered loads.
Yes, sir.
But if we can get those two back up, that would be swell. So we nearly captured this point now.
Ready, sir.
Bring these guys up. And we'll get one of them to repair that. So because these guys are tank crew, they can repair vehicles faster than your infantry, which is one reason why I bring them up. I also bring them up as well if there's some downtime like this. I get them, and especially on the defense, I get them to repair my vehicles that are damaged. They can self-repair, but it means one of the guys have to drop out, and I don't necessarily always like doing that. Because that means you lose the gunner, or the loader, or the driver, or someone in a role, and I'd rather have them all like ready to go. Can someone chuck a grenade in there? There he goes. Oh my god, there's a flag gun. That was lucky I saw that. That would have teared through my Stuart. Are you not repairing this? I thought I told you to, I thought I told someone to go repair that. Okay, right, let's move this squad up who's just been decimated. Right, this is gonna be interesting to try and go through here. But it looks like we can get into the cap point fairly, like it's fairly quite a big cap point, so ooh, MG. Where's that flak gun? Is it still here?
Hey, look over there. Ready, sir. I'm ready.
I can't see it. You guys are still fixing.
Yes, sir.
Can I get you over this berm? And then there's 3 guys who are hurt. Can you chuck some smoke out?
Medic here. Medic here. Where am I needed? Ready, sir.
Chuck in a little smoke.
We're ready. Any orders, sir? Ready to roll.
Move you up. Lie down. Oh god. Did I see flamer somewhere? Lob a grenade. Lob a grenade. Ooh. Come this way. Ooh god.
Artillery.
Chuck a grenade over the other side. Chuck a grenade over there.
Is artillery over there? Not enough. Medic. Watch the flank. Aye, sir. There's artillery over there.
Medics.
Get down. Cannon fire incoming.
Whoa. 80 gun. Oh, that was close. We're so lucky that didn't penetrate.
All right. Who needs morphine?
I don't need both you working on the same guy. Okay, so we've taken some casualties, quite a lot of casualties. We are about to capture and win this. So let's take that. Where's that flat gun? Now that flat gun is... Ah, there it is. Perfect. And that's really good for defense. So we're going to pinch one of those. I'm going to pinch that as well. I want to try and not use too much enemy vehicles. I don't think... Because I don't want to go anything higher than a Chaffee. So we're not going to take any Panzer 3s. We're not going to take any anything above a Panzer 3. Or even probably anything above a Panzer 2, really. And we can sell some of it. We'll keep the flat gun. We'll sell the 3.7 pack. Yeah, the pack 36, sorry. And once that's captured, we are done. There we go. Cool. Right, we can either continue, which gives us time to like fix vehicles up and stuff like that. But we've done everything that we want to with that. So we'll just press close. So we've got 474 supply, 1 star which is for artillery, 900 ammo and 3 points of research. With these we can sell them, so we can dismiss by hitting that button, or I can just drag them into this bit and we shall gain supply. So that is what we are going to do. We're going to dismiss that and we're going to dismiss that. And we'll keep the flak gun. What I should have done is taken the MGs off those vehicles, because the MG34s on those, MG42s, I can't remember which it is. We can take them and we can give them to our infantry, so that just gives them a bit of extra firepower. Let's do resupply all, and we shall leave this here. So next time we will be defending, but we need to spend our research points and then buy some extra units too. But we shall do that next time. Alright guys, thank you for joining. Let me know what you think about this in the series in the comments below and about this game, and I will see you in the next one. Bye now.